Welcome back. You're still watching the Business Morning. Now let's move to our first conversation for today. In today's highly competitive business environment, data is no longer just numbers on a dashboard. It's the lifeblood of strategy, decision-making, and customer engagement. At the same time, customer relationship management system, or CRMs as they're called, have evolved from simple contact database into powerful tools that help organizations build loyalty, streamline operations, and unlock new revenue streams. The big question is, how can businesses, especially in emerging markets like Nigeria and Africa, harness the power of data and CRM systems to turn clients' relationships into true engines of growth? On Business Morning today, we explore how organizations can leverage insights, technology, and customer-centric strategies to stay ahead of the competition and deliver real value. Joining us is Folorunso. He's a project manager and CRM specialist. Thank you so much for your time this morning on the show, Praise. Now, if you can unmute your mic, we're finding it hard to hear you.
All right, Ada. Sorry about that. Deborah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, very good to have you on the show. All right, let's go straight into it. Let's start with the basis. Now, for many businesses, data still sounds abstract, if I do say so myself. So, in practical terms, how does data really drive business growth?
All right. So, in my opinion, and this is not just my opinion, and what should be well known, data is fact, data is figures, and data drives growth because it helps businesses understand customer needs and behaviors. You're trying to set up structure for your business. This is one of the most important things that you have to do when you're starting a business, when you're trying to run a business. Data is your best friend. So instead of making guesses, you decide based on facts, go to work with factual figures, what people buy, when to buy, and why to buy. So this clarity will help you, to make smarter decisions, better services, and more sales basically.
So let's take a look at the CRM evolution. How would you say CRM system has evolved from being just customer-based, customer databases to full-scale growth engines?
So, in the very fact, as a very frankly, CRM was just used to full stack, but now there is so much more you can do on CRMs. You can automate your CRM. You're not just storing contacts now. You're tracking interactions across social media. You're tracking interactions across your mail, your sales, and even your support. For example, with Bitrix, you can monitor your entire customer journey, right from inquiry all the way to negotiation till you're done with the deal. So that's like the easy from the old basic simple cloud system.
All right. So, do you think African businesses, particularly SMEs, are fully embracing CRM tools? If you think so, why? If you do not think so, why not?
About African SMEs, I don't think would embrace CRM as much as they should. And I think one of the reasons will be maybe our understanding of CRM, we're not looking at that direction yet. Because most of the international businesses I've worked with, it's almost kind of thing that you see old. So I think in fact, the most important thing will probably be the cost. We don't expect a small, an average business in Nigeria, a small business, or even a medium business to pay, the costs that most CRM would incur. So we are just warming up to CRM. So I would say cost and lack is like the most biggest barriers, to be honest.
Okay, so what do you think are the key types of data that businesses should be capturing to be better or to better understand and serve their clients?
For businesses, there are quite a number of metrics that because without structure, as I mentioned, I don't think your business will thrive. And how do you do structure? You do structure with data, you do structure with figures, you do structure with facts. So we are looking at, purchase history. That's how you're able to know when, you're able to measure when your clients find the most and when the sales and all that. Feedback is important. Personalization, understanding your clients, the engagement patterns, their preferences, and these kinds of insights are things that will let businesses test service. And these way you're even able to anticipate your clients' needs for to come around. So you need figures, numbers, data all together.
Okay, so how important do you think is it for CRMs to integrate with other business tools? And I'm talking about finance, skill, sales, HR to be able to deliver maximum value.
Integration is pretty critical. Integration, in fact, is essence of CRM because a CRM that connects with sales, that connects with HR, you're able to bring it all together. Your social media, it creates the 360-degree business view. Like this way, you're able to have it all together in one place. As I mentioned earlier, structure, all figures and structure. So it's really, really vital that all these, methods come together in one place to just one connected system. Make your life easier and your business better.
All right, so let's move to customer loyalty. In what ways do you think CRM systems can help businesses move from one-time transaction to long-term relationships?
So that if I was going to sum it up in one word, I will say follow. If you do not have your numbers in place, if you don't have the customers in place, you're not able to keep track. It's going to be really hard for you to, reach out to them consistently, ask them, get feedback, ask how your product has been. Or with a CRM, able to know, all right, customers are paid and I still want to keep in track with them. You're still able to, consistently check in with feedback. Receive feedback and that's how a one-time customer becomes a foreign client.
Beyond storing data, how do you think businesses can actually analyze and apply to make better decisions?
Uh, that's where analytics comes into the picture. Analytics focuses on raw data into action. It's a lot deeper than I would be able to talk about. But on the surface level, analytics help you on the raw data you get action with data. You're able to plan the next steps. Or like you see, okay, this particular month, we're getting this amount of leads from this particular social media, Instagram, Facebook, this number of leads. This way you're able to, fine-tune your strategy, work on what you need to work on, and overall it helps you do better with analytics. And you're able to spot really important factors. Because without analytics, the data is basically just storage.
What do you think are let's look at the challenges now. What do you think are the biggest obstacles these businesses face in adopting and effectively using CRM systems?
Okay. So that are we talking about African SMEs or businesses worldwide?
Yes, please.
All right. So for African SMEs, I think the most important factor is cost. Because Bitrix, for instance, per month you pay like $62. Not a lot of small businesses can afford that. Um, but and another thing is awareness. For most international businesses, I think it would be staff adoption because you have to actually train your staff to understand CRM tools and how to use them properly.
Okay, now the SME angle, that's for small companies with limited budget. What do you think is the smartest ways to start leveraging CRM technology?
All right. So for small businesses, we actually have few tools that you can start with. HubSpot, you have the option of using HubSpot for free. Zoho is a great platform as well. So these are platforms that you can start out with, with something, understand how CRM works. And from here, you can start to, scroll on to bigger platforms if you need to. If you need to. That's what we're going to break up. So,
So customers today, they expect personalized experiences. So how does CRM make this possible at scale?
so about personalization, that's where automation comes in. With CRMs, you could want to send on a normal day, imagine wanting to send like 100 mails to 100 customers. Uh, Manually doing that is a lot. So, but with CRM, you can automate and even you still get to, personalize it as here, blah, blah, here, other, here, Deborah, and you get the personalization with CRM.
Promise, we didn't get to hear what you said on the personalization on customers. Can you like take that again?
Oh, right. Am I any clearer now?
We can hear you better now.
All right. Sorry about that. So I said with CRM, you're able to automate the messages while still personalizing it. That there have been times when you've gotten messages, dear Deborah, it wasn't just sent to you. It was sent to a number of other people. But with automation, you display your name, and then you say special and for business feedback or automation and CRM understanding, personalizing the emails.
So let's move our focus to sales performance now. From your experience, how do you think CRM directly improves sales performance and revenue growth?
Uh, so with CRM, you're able to scale your sales performance because structure. I mentioned that a number of times. Structure. You get reminders. When you're working with reminders, it makes it better for you. You have a clear pipeline. For a number of people, it's not that easy to, but when there is no preference, it's pointed. When you have it all laid out, you have clear pipelines, you have reminders, and you're able to follow up. It makes sure no lead is forgotten. So this way, and the more the leads, the more the sales. So as long as you're able to do the work, CRM makes it really easy for you.
Let's look at data privacy because all of this has to do with data. So with the rising concerns about data protection, we actually had one about intellectual properties and not having their data protected. So how do you think businesses should balance collecting customer data with safeguarding privacy?
Uh, I think the most important thing is that businesses, first off, should collect only what is appropriate. You don't need all the information about the client. You need what is the most important thing. And you have to be transparent about how you're using their data and secure systems. I feel like in past that is the most important thing, using secure systems. Because this way you're able to build trust. And without trust, you honestly would not have long-term clients. So I think it's really important to collect only what is necessary. And in the UK, even in Nigeria, there is a thing called GDPR. That's data protection. When you take a call, so when you make a call and you're like, or your the call is being recorded, these are really important and procedures to use and put in place. So you don't have to cover data privacy.
Let's look ahead now. How do you see AI and automation shaping the next generation of CRM systems and customer engagement? Is this something you see coming, or do you think this is an area that AI would not be able to penetrate?
I do not see it coming. It's here
Okay.
already. Because it is here already. There is so much, I was about earlier, there is so much improvement at point of CRM from being able to storage to now being able to automate now I work at a company that we have a bot that when you text, the response like human, it's not just I hello. So we're asking questions and it's responding. And you most likely would not even realize that this is a bot you're talking with. That is AI. That is what AI can do. And we are just talking to this. So much more to come. I feel in the next, years from now, you're getting predictive predictive AI, not just reactive AI. So there's a lot of interesting stuff to come regarding CRM and AI.
All right, thank you so much for your insight on the Business Morning Breakfast Show. Praise Folorunso. We really appreciate your time.
So much, Deborah.
All right, still to come after the break, empowering women and youth through technology and entrepreneurship, building inclusive growth in Africa. Just stay with us. All right, welcome back. You're still watching Business Morning on the Breakfast Show. Now let's move to our second conversation for today. Across Africa, women and young people make up the largest share of the population. Yet there remain some of the most underrepresented in leadership, entrepreneurship, and access to opportunities. With rapid technological advancement and the rise of innovation-driven economies, the big question is, how can Africa harness technology and entrepreneurship to empower women and youth, and in doing so, drive inclusive and sustainable growth? Today on Business Morning, we're looking at how digital tools, entrepreneurial ecosystem, and strategic partnership are shaping opportunities for the next generation. We'll also explore what it takes to close persistent gaps in education, leadership, and economic participation so that Africa's demographic advantage truly becomes a development advantage. Now, joining us to have this conversation is Alaka Anuoluwapo Mary. She's the Assistant Country Lead, Glow Nigeria, and Programs Manager, Girls in Charge, and the founder, Entrepreneur Hub. Good morning. It's good to have you on the show, Mary. Okay, yeah, it's good to have you. Thank you for your time. So, first of all, let's start with the main issue. Why do you think it's important to focus specifically on women and youth when we're discussing inclusive growth in Africa?
Well, youths, the population of youths in Africa covers, I think, 60%. And leaving youth and women out of it is like you're leaving a large population out of it. Even though we have a lot of challenges, a lot of barriers that stops women and youths from being included. Some of the barriers include low income for women. When we talk about inequity in fair wages and unemployment for youths and unable to access funds to start up their businesses, which is a big criteria, which would, yes.
Okay, so how do you think technology can serve as an equalizer in bridging this gap in I'm talking about education, entrepreneurship, and even leadership for women and youth?
Well, technology is here to stay, and technology would bridge. It would stop gatekeepers. It would stop gatekeepers like in the community, whereby some children don't have access to education in rural areas. We have U-Lesson whereby they can, it's an offline app that can help them study. We also have blockchain. Blockchain is helps with transparency, payment transparency, whereby people can access micro grants. And we also have like my NGO, Girls in Church Foundation, which would help communities to empower women and fight for them to be educated, and also help businesses grow.
All right, so let's look at the entrepreneurship angle now. In what ways would you say women and youth, their led businesses are actually contributing to the growth of Africa GDP? Do you think it is?
Sorry?
So in what way do you think the women and youth-led businesses are already contributing to Africa economic transformation, the GDP?
Sorry, I did not get it.
So in what ways would you say that the women and youth led businesses are already contributing
Okay,
to African
yes.
transformation?
We can look at Andela. We can look at Flutterwave. It's creating job opportunities for youth, and we can see. I'm going to use one of our empowerment programs where we empowered we went to the community to we wanted to have an empowerment program where it's an initiative called Invest in Women. So we went to the community and we saw a woman in a very, very small kiosk. So we're like, okay, instead of just probably just going to the community and just giving them probably money or something, we're like, okay, let us give her like a material to sew clothes and see how she's going to perform. When this when she was done sewing, it was beautiful. Then we're able to upscale the tailoring business, and she was able to employ 5 more women. And through that, when we did our record, we saw that 12 children were sent back to school. People that were unable to afford to pay their children education can now send them back to school. So when you empower a woman, you are empowering a nation, and not just a nation, generations.
All right, now let's look at the barriers. When we started, you started mentioning barriers. So what do you think are the biggest challenges that actually prevent young people from fully reaching their potential or participating in entrepreneurship and also the innovation?
Well, I'm going to say lack of access to funds, lack of partnership. And one of the big things now is even companies don't really want to partner with women-led businesses or youth businesses, which is really affecting the economical sustainability of Africa, because majority of these companies, once they do their CSR, that's the end. Even if you have like bigger ideas and you reach out to them, they're like, okay, no, I don't want to. So one of the ways I believe that can help women and is when companies or should I say the government put like a policy whereby 30% of women-led, they give contracts to 30% of women-led businesses. There's access to loans, there's access to micro grants. That way it would assist in the economical change of youth. And
Yeah, so like you mentioned, access to fund remains a critical challenge. So apart from the government and also private companies, investors, how do you think the government can actually really like address this part of the challenge to finance?
okay, like I mentioned, they should set up a policy whereby 30%, like in Rwanda now, 30% of businesses, it's static. It's not something they can measure. So when we have businesses, women-led businesses, for instance, Entrepreneur Hub, if we have more support from the government, I think more women would be empowered through it, because now we've been able to normal delivery services charge probably higher, but Entrepreneur Hub, we've made it very, very just a token for just to assist women in. So if we have more companies open to partnering with women-led businesses, youth businesses, this would really, really.
So what role do you think education actually plays in this? And I'm talking about both formal and informal education. What role do you think it plays in giving women and youth the advantage to these opportunities? And I'm talking about both tech and in business.
Thank you so much. That's a very beautiful question. The importance of education can never be overemphasized. And I'll use myself as an example. I transitioned from mechatronics engineering to computer science, and that has actually taught me technical skills. But education is beyond classroom, just as you said, formal and informal. It's beyond classroom. The government need to add soft skills into our curriculum. Soft skills like leadership skills, financial literacy, negotiation. This would help women to know what they deserve. It would assist in negotiating salary, in when it comes to businesses, when it comes to it would really help.
So what's your take on mentorship and development programs for female and youth leaders?
Okay.
Do you think it is necessary?
Yes, mentorship, it's very, 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 very necessary. Very, very necessary. Mentorship is like, I have been there. Let me hold your hands to get there. Let me hold your hands together. It instills a kind of courage. Like there's somebody you're looking up to. There's somebody that is holding your hand. It brings courage. It assists the person, the mentee, to know that you are not left. You are not alone. I am with you. Which creates opportunities. Which networks the mentee to those that they might not even know exist. So I feel that is
okay. So I was thinking you were going to mention digital divide being part of the problem, where we don't have so much women and youth, giving them access to both business and the tech space. So how do you think the government can actually breach that divide, especially for people in the rural area, because it's actually most of them that suffer from this divide? So how do you think the government can breach that and have more women and youth have access to the internet and to digital literacy?
okay. Thank you so much. One of our vision in Girls in Church Foundation is to set up tech hubs in communities, and the reason for this is many a time some people don't have to go to school to earn money. It might just be these vocational skills, coding and all of these things that can assist to move them out of poverty. So one of the ways I believe is building community hubs and also having localized content like U-Learning. U-Learning is one platform I love so much, because even when you don't have access to internet, you can still access the app. So it is one thing that has assisted secondary school students that are preparing for JAM, WAEC, NECO, and yes.
So let's dig deep into the policies that you mentioned earlier. So what other kind of policies do you think the government should implement? Because just one policy is not enough to actually, this is a full conversation. So one policy is not enough. So what do you think the government can do that will be more or most effective in creating this enabling space for both women and youth to grow into business?
One of the key policies that I have also been fighting is tax break for startups, because it kills a lot of us that are probably not earning so much yet in our businesses. Once you think about tax, you're like, oh, you know what, let me take a break. So if we have tax break for a lot of startups, I believe this would really assist women and youth to grow, and if we also have
tax breaks. But do you think tax break is actually going to be possible with the new tax laws that's actually going around?
No,
you see that as being possible?
It won't.
All right. So let's move to the private sector contribution, because I would say, if I do say so myself, the private sector actually contributes a bigger fraction when it comes to women enablement and youths. So what other role do you think the private sector can actually play for startups in empowering women and also trying to like help young entrepreneurs?
Private startups, yes, they are trying, but they should give more women opportunities. They should, when if we have likes of Unilever having to partner with small businesses by when giving them jobs, giving them trusting them with some of their tasks, I believe this would.
So can you give us example of women or youth-led initiatives that are already driving real change through technology or the entrepreneur space?
Yes, we have Temi Giwa. She's we have Temi Giwa, we have
You're supposed to mention
myself.
Aaron
Yes,
Tiana,
myself. Yeah, myself.
okay.
Myself, and Girls in Church Foundation, because just August we have an initiative called She's Skilled, where we teach girls from age 10 to 13 coding. And through this we've been able to see that even there are a lot of talent in rural communities that poverty has blinded a lot of us to. So Girls in Church Foundation has set up this. She's Skilled has actually been running for 3 years, and after She's Skilled, we've been able to build some apps. Like myself, as an example, we gave them a task to build a entrepreneur app, and they did. And now that is the app we're using, just through mentorships for 2-3 weeks. Yes.
So what do you think a truly inclusive African growth story looks like with empowered women and youth? What's like your vision for a truly inclusive African growth like to you? What do you foresee in the next 10 years?
In the next 10 years, I foresee every community should have community hubs where children, women, youth can come in and learn without
anything holding them back,
like probably internet or payment. Or yes, I also foresee youth having access to grants, having access to grants, having access to micro loans that can help boost their confidence and help them start something they've envisioned, something that can also create job opportunities for other youths.
So do you think there's like enough awareness to all of this? So even the people trying to like help out these women and youth, do you think they're doing enough awareness for people to know that, oh, there's actually something like this? Like we need to empower the women, we need to empower the youth.
Well, this is everybody's fight. This is everybody's fight. Just the way I am here to create like an awareness. And it all starts with storytelling. Storytelling. There isn't enough awareness until everybody see it like it is my business. And if they don't see like it is my business, then it would never be enough.
All right. Thank you so much, Mary, for your time on Business Morning show this morning. It was really good to have you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, that's been our focus today on Business Morning, which is data and CRM, turning clients' relationships into business growth engines, and also empowering women and youth through technology and entrepreneurship to building inclusive growth in Africa. I'm Deborah Ezeh. Thank you so much for watching, and do stay with us as the breakfast show continues with a big story after the short break. Have a good morning.